So you've obviously heard the news.
Have you heard about Gus Gawny?
Have you heard the news? Have you heard?
No.
Have you heard the news?
Gus Gawny season 4, have you heard?
So boys, have you heard Gus Gawny's back on the airwaves?
You're joking.
Track, are you excited for another year of Gus Gawny?
I'm so pumped.
Hey Mark, have you heard Gus Gawny's back?
Gus Gawny's back on the airwaves, brother.
Nice. Are you excited about Gus Gawny season 4? Can't believe it's back.
Yeah, have you been wheeling and or dealing?
Yep, got some big sponsorships in the deals in the
works.
So yeah,
I
couldn't get my words out probably then 'cause I'm so excited to tell you guys.
Nice. Any
We're
teas?
thinking of taking our game big Instagram, Twitter onto TikTok. Can you help us out?
Yeah, I can help you out.
Season 4, mate. So we'll have to get you on. Was there anything at Collingwood like this, or is this you guys have the podcast forum?
Nothing like this.
Okay. Well, we're excited, yeah, mate. We'll get.
Let me just eat that. All right.
Big Max score! And Brayshaw takes a beauty! That's it, I'm growing a beard this week. Thank you. Time back on.
Gus Gawny season 4,
Yes.
episode 1.
Episode 1.
Season 4.
We're back after a
And
long
to
layoff.
think, if you remember back to season 1, episode 1.
That was
almost
you,
curtains.
me, and Deborah Brayshaw makes 3.
Yeah, and then Rick.
Oh, then Rick
Yeah.
tanked it, and here we are. Who would have thought? 2023
Yep.
for our 4th season, and the observant listener would note we've been away for a few months.
Yep.
That's correct.
There's been some heavy negotiating.
Behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't see when you listen. You just hear the personality, the guest. We get some news done with a bit of this, bit of that, but what you don't see is everything that goes on behind the scenes. So for those not watching the vodcast, we're currently being micromanaged just to make sure that everything goes smoothly. We've got our boss who doesn't want to be named. She's that high up the pecking order.
Yep.
We've got Dangerous Dave in here. We've got the Fuse who's leaving in 3 weeks, but just to make sure that everything goes smooth. So we've negotiated well, I think.
A name we didn't mention there.
Sam is the replacing, she's the replacement for Gibby.
Yeah. Whoa.
He who shall... She'll be taking care of the filming and
Yes. Yep.
the videography.
We might have a new news hound.
Yes.
In the works, because that he who shall not be named, who
Yep.
left us,
Yep.
can no longer come into the 4 walls. Apparently, was seen taking photos of rival clubs yesterday. Don't
Yep.
need to go into it.
Good Rope's still here, in the sense that he will be popping in randomly. He's actually obviously not here.
He'll make noise. You'll hear him.
You'll
come
hear
in.
him roll in soon, but he's around. Who am I
And
missing?
what are our roles this year?
Yeah, so I was thinking something senior executive-y,
Yep. So it's all
Director.
for a long time. You've been the talent. I've been the draw card.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still not sure how that works. If you're the talent, you're the draw card, obviously. It doesn't make that...
Yeah, but once they
don't
get
you
here,
have to be the talent then?
Once they get here, they realise that you're the talent.
Okay,
So
well...
I get them listening, and then you keep them listening.
So you're the senior name... Draw card. You're the senior director of drawing
Yep. And what are you?
stuff, and I'll be the executive director of
Talent.
talent.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
I'm happy with that.
We'll fill the rest in, but I just want to know quickly, while we're figuring out who's responsible for what, who's responsible for technology now? Because we've had a almighty slow morning.
Yeah, well, season 4, episode 1, I liked how you were 40 minutes early.
Yeah,
That's
there you
rare.
go. Changing things up.
And now you're having to go at everyone else for being a
Brought
couple of
book.
minutes behind.
We brought our books. It's a new leaf. We're rebranding, aren't we?
No, we're here. Okay, now, season 4, we wanted to do something big. We're condensing our episode in terms of numbers.
People probably thinking, okay, well, you've gone and negotiated. What have you negotiated for? What's happening? What's this season look like?
We've got some big guests.
Well,
If our wish list gets granted, that is. We're not sure if we're going to get what we want.
so our boss, who refuses to be named, came to us and said, "You get a wish list. Pick anyone you want. We'll just go out and we'll ask people to be on the podcast.
We'll slide into their DMs.
We'll get the guests up instead of getting, random punters from our
Instead of getting
change rooms.
chunk for the 4th time.
or Hamish Blake to talk about his 20th horse. That
Which we will get Hamish
Which
at some
he'll
point.
obviously be back.
He
but
was on the wish list.
He's instead of going to that well 3 or 4 times, the idea is to go out and quality over quantity, and we'll go, get some big guests and just pick whoever you want. We'll ask, we'll get anyone you want. So I heard that, obviously, when if I portray it like that.
And you're number 1.
I had a good list.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Elon was number 1.
Elon Musk was up there.
And then
He was a little bit too right wing for the boss, who can't be named. So then I threw Greta Thunberg in second. I then wanted
obviously you love golf.
Tiger Woods was very shortly after. Topical at the moment. Harry and Meghan, they'd be up for a chat. I
And
would
to
have
be
thought.
fair, that one I gave you because Harry would say yes to
Yeah.
any sort of media exposure.
Donald Trump was in there. You know, he's got nothing to do now.
Probably doesn't need as much media exposure
Yeah, but I went big. And
Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel was in there.
because of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah. We're all Fast and Furious fans. Who isn't? Pitbull on my list here.
I didn't hear Pitbull mentioned.
No. This is the list. I was sorry, you didn't hear it because I was getting laughed out of the room, and I came with such a great energy, and then was shut down pretty quickly. Your list, by the way,
Was a little bit more realistic with some, like I said, John Cena because he's in Melbourne.
who else did you have?
Then I had Nick Kyrgios because he games with Jack Viney.
We got an in there.
We'd have to have Jack Viney in as well, though.
Yeah,
That's the only issue. And we'd probably have to game during the
we got
podcast.
a TV in here.
Yeah. Have you gamed? Oh, you do game. You play SimCity or
It's
something.
been a while.
Yeah. What do you play?
That was a hub thing. What like?
You play
Pokemon Go or
PC
something?
games, don't you?
Nah. not
Actually,
really. That's
Pokemon
mine.
Go is still a thing. You guys
Yeah,
are aware.
we got a little resurgence at the club.
I drove a minibus to our community visits up in Yea,
Yeah.
and on the way back, I got told to drive at 20 kilometres an hour. So the nine of
Trent
you.
Rivers and Daniel Turner.
It wasn't just the two of
have got
them.
me back into it. If you'd let me finish.
Okay,
There's a
sorry.
few of us. But yeah, no, I'm not.
Is
Look,
that- are
I
you
could do
finished?
it. I'd be able to do it.
How many Pokemon do you have?
Couple hundred, I think. Been a while.
And then some realistic ones like Nathan Jones, Gary Lyon,
Yeah, but
David Schwartz.
So when you hear pick anyone you want,
Yeah, I picked Gary Lyon.
you've gone Gary Lyon.
Yeah.
If you could speak to either Gary Lyon or Elon Musk.
I
Who would you-
was just realistic straight up.
And
Elon
by
Musk
the way,
is not coming on.
sorry, if you are Elon Musk just punting around one day and you check your inbox because you're bored or something, and
Melbourne
Gus
FC come
Gawny,
up.
Melbourne FC, want
Well-
to come on a podcast, and then all of a sudden you're thinking about it, maybe 9 out of 10 say no.
Gus
But
Gawny
now all of a
only
sudden
had
we've got Tiger
10,000.
Woods, or now we've got Miley Cyrus coming on. Ed Sheeran was in town. He's a St Kilda
Yeah, his
affiliate.
Saints
but-
got him first. Which is, I mean, he's got fair enough reason to be Saints. But so out of all that, we end up with Lachie Hunter.
Yeah. So that would seem like a bit of a drop off from some heights, but boy, we got some good stuff in store.
We do
It's
have some
obviously
good stuff.
topical. We're playing in round one. This
We're
is half a
playing
footy
round one.
podcast, by the way. So
Yeah.
We've
And
got
there's
to-
supposedly a rivalry between the two teams, so we'll ask him about that.
yeah, we've been told not to play any music, but we'll see
We'll not play a certain song that we
how we go
told not
pushing
to.
that boundary.
Sponsors. We got sponsors this year.
We have to cover off on that.
Do we have sponsors? We have.
we
Obviously,
do. Obviously,
any types of insurance.
yeah. This is
Like if
like
you-
this is what I wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, annoyed that people say, "Oh, Zurich's just one type of insurance."
No.
It's not. It's so much more than
It's the gift that keeps giving.
just one type.
So Zurich have again jumped on for season 4.
Please let us know if we come out of the break to talk about our sponsors and
If we're doubling
double
up.
up.
Yep.
So that would be something we've learned from last year. But yeah, they're still around. We have got an exciting one for the both of us. Exciting sponsorship to the club.
Well, one's the club,
yeah, that's the exciting one.
and technically,
The exciting
You.
one, Penfolds.
so you're on Team Penfolds.
Anyone who's ever half looked at a wine bottle before knows that Penfolds is where the party's at.
It's a beautiful red.
They make some awesome red. We had one after we won the grand final together.
Penfolds are a beautiful brand, and thank you for jumping on board.
Yes, we love Penfolds.
I'm presuming at our best and fairest, we're going to have.
Well, that's part of the deal. I've been
Grange.
working on behind the.
If we
yeah.
win it, we get Grange.
all sorts of doors open up.
Just before we get into more important news, well, to be fair, is it more important, the round one or what we're going through now? I just want a little update. If those that are keen listeners would remember the Nazim episode, which was probably one of our best episodes.
I think
Nazim came in and challenged you around your
Yeah.
marital status, which is, I mean, it was completely fair because you've been to Danielle for a long time. I just want to bring up one story that I thought it was the time that you were going to go Nazim. I've gone and done it.
okay.
You took Danielle to a beautiful coast in Margaret
Oh,
River.
yeah.
It was isolated. There was no one there. You were wearing your best dinner suit.
There's a few details fudged there, but Nazim, if you're listening,
And Danielle thought it was the moment and you didn't do it.
yeah, there will be a bleep in this story. So we're in Margaret River, and I love Have you been to Margaret River?
It's a beautiful part of the world.
God's own country. And we've gone down there. We've had a beautiful lunch, beautiful afternoon of sampling some wines and some local produce.
All some sort of stuff that I would have done in my proposal, but keep going.
You went on a hike, mate.
Yeah,
so
but there was lunch and wine involved.
okay. Anyway, you drank wine before you went on a hike.
Just get to your point.
Anyway, so the sun's setting. We sort of run out of stuff to do for the day, and I said, "Well, Margaret River, beachside town. Let's go check out the beach. It's a famous surf beach." So we've made our way down to the
Just
beach.
so happened that no one else was on the beach.
No, there was a huge amount of people in the car park. So that's what
Okay.
in the car park, everyone watches the surf, and it was too busy. There was too much going on. And the actual river, 100 metres to our right, stage right, was emptying out into the ocean. Margaret River meets the ocean. And I was like, well, you know, that looks cool. Let's just go for a walk. We're only here once. Why wouldn't we go splash around Margaret River? And so, you know, we obliged. And then we get down to the river, and there's this couple of 100 metres down the beaches, this how would you describe it? It's like a point, like sticks out into the ocean a bit. So I said, oh, the sun's about to set. Let's just go for a little
So
walk.
you gone to Cliff's Edge to watch the sunset.
Pretty much.
And did you mention a couple of things about how good the relationship's going? And
Sorry, mate. You know I appreciate nature. So we get down to the end of this point, and the sun's setting, the birds are chirping, and I look back at Danielle. I'm drinking this in. This scene's incredible.
Sunset, Margaret River,
Sun's
beautiful.
setting, Margaret
Yeah.
River. Two of us in it, isolated on this beach, and I look back at Danielle, and she's head down in her phone, tapping away.
I didn't hear that part.
Of course you didn't.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't hear that
Okay,
part.
go on.
I'm like, Danielle, you know, have a look around. Like, it's you and me in
Oh, you
love
set the scene.
on a beach. What are you doing on your phone? And I've like almost taken her phone out of hand and just at front up said, have a look at where we are. This is incredible. And she said, you'll have to believe this. Are you posing to me?
Yeah.
And that just broke the momentum because I wasn't.
Well, you've showed your love. You've talked
Yeah,
about
well-
the sunset and the isolated Margaret River beach.
It's 2020
Nazim would
at
be
that
upset,
point. Nazim
mate.
would be spewing. He commented on Christian Salem's photo, by the way, when Christian Salem got
Yeah,
engaged.
saying what?
Said Angus Brayshaw, like the clock's ticking, mate. Like, hurry up. So everyone's on the nose at the moment. Still good to see that after extended break.
If I was a
Everyone still
betting
wants to
man, which
pile
I
on.
am, you'd be a short price, and Salem would have been longer odds. But
Yeah.
he's gone and beating you.
Don't worry, I got all my money on Salem. I got inside knowledge. So
Just before we get our guests and talk about some more serious stuff, what are we doing social media wise?
that's a good.
Are you
point.
keeping the Instagram? Because it's very I get you're good at it, but if you go on the Barbie Youngins page,
Yeah,
it's now dead, and I
it's
don't
dead.
want it to be dead.
Look,
Do we hand it over to?
so
the
look,
team?
give me one more chance. What do you want out of a social media?
I want-
media manager.
Our 10,000 subscribers,
11,700.
11,000 subscribers, to feel like they're part of the show.
How many posts per week would that entail for
I
you?
want some more viewer
Therefore.
questions.
Okay. Well, I can do a viewer. I can do that.
Yeah.
Just give me a chance. Don't
Okay.
fire me yet.
Okay.
Don't throw me out.
I'll give you another chance. And what are your thoughts on going to the ever-growing
So
TikTok?
you floated that and I have to be straight up. I have no idea how that would work. So
What-
you would have to get someone else
we
to do
do have someone that could help us.
that. From this team.
No,
Or-
we could outsource Track.
Oh,
Track could help us because he
Okay.
has a lot of followers,
does he?
but he has a lot of competing brands that we probably can't mention on the podcast as well.
Okay. Well, that would be a part of it. You realise.
Yeah. Have you seen some of Track's TikToks? I've been in them apparently.
I think I've been in one or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's something to do. I have no idea about TikTok though.
Okay.
Do you have a TikTok?
Will Verrill has TikTok apparently as well. We could also get him.
rope him in.
Yep.
That would be interesting. Do you have a TikTok?
No, I don't.
Does Jess?
Jess has the app.
Okay.
Yep.
So has a TikTok?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, to have the app, you got to have a TikTok account. I'm pretty sure.
Or you could have the app and not have made it. Anyway. So Will Verrill.
It's
By the way, for those who are listening, new draftee Will Verrill would be, I think, pretty good at that.
okay.
I don't know if he's going to make the guest cut line. He's
You had-
probably missing the cut for being a guest, but could be a great TikToker.
You had nothing to add on Will Verrill then. That was interesting. For those that don't know, Will Verrill, yeah, he's at our club. Two things relating to your fashion. You wore Crocs in the gym. What's going on there?
That's physics. So the expression of force is best applied from foot to ground on a flat sort of medium. So if you were to wear traditional gym shoes, they got a very flat sole.
Yep.
Crocs are flat sole. They're also comfortable as hell.
And you wore
Sorry, by the way, I just want to preface this. There's no sponsorship here. I've worn Crocs for the last 10 years.
That's one thing. Crocs is named after what they are, but it's also the business name.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I think it works well. You can actually see in the photo there, one's in sports mode. When I'm in the gym, you can flip them over the back.
Yep.
Engage in a more sporty mode. And then on the right, I'm in leisure mode. And I think they're just versatile. And you'll remember when Crocs went out of fashion, they came back because people started sticking stuff into them, bedazzling their Crocs.
Harmsy, he's got J and H on each arm.
Yeah, so he got real creative.
Yeah. In gold or something.
Yep. And so my Crocs look plain, but that's just, who I am.
We need to get Lachie in because we're running late. Last one on your fashion is the kilt.
Yeah.
You wore a kilt on the weekend? And you told me that you had to wear a kilt to this wedding, but then you put the photo up of the wedding and the other guy in the photo wasn't wearing a kilt.
So if you have Scottish heritage at a Scottish wedding,
You have to wear it.
Wear
And
your
how
kilt.
deep is your Scottish heritage?
look, my old man got married in that kilt, and
Great granddads from Scotland?
look, my mum's got a tartan, family tartan, the Fraser tartan, and that's the
but
Stevenson
Were
tartan.
they born in Australia?
They were born in Australia.
And were their grandparents born in Australia?
Their parents, my grandparents, were definitely born in Australia.
Okay, so you're
Oh,
born.
well, hang on, mate.
Yeah,
When George grows up and has a grandkid and says, "Oh, I'm from he supports the All Blacks or something."
Okay, but I wouldn't make him wear a tribal tattoo or something.
Oh, well, what happens if he wants one? I just think, and look, I'll be honest. I think something about a kilt works for me.
Okay, let's
You
talk.
you don't like it.
We're going to talk the game.
Understood and respected.
We're going
Let's
to talk the game
football.
with Lachie, a few other things, and then we're going to get our
Do we have
news.
breaks?
Our news hound to bring us back at the end. Let's go to a break.
Thanks to our co-principal partner and podcast sponsor, Zurich Insurance. For over 100 years, they've been insuring the people and things you truly love. And just like you, they truly love footy and they truly love the D's.
All right, welcome back. Another boss has walked in. Good
Yeah.
rope.
So we've got Good Rope in, micromanaging, she who shall not be named, micromanaging us. So we'll have Purdy in here soon.
This is going to be the
Kate
cleanest.
Roffey's coming.
This is going to be the cleanest segment of all time.
Kate Roffey's coming. She'll be great for the general vibe in the room we're trying to create. But we've got a guest, our first one.
Yep. We went big.
First cab off the rank.
We went Elon Musk, Greta Thunberg, Lachie Hunter was sitting third.
Next to Vin
Woods.
Diesel and
And
Tiger
Tiger
Woods.
Woods.
So we haven't. We haven't reached the highest heights, but we're doing pretty. We're doing pretty good. Premiership player in 2016.
Welcome, Lachie.
Charles Sutton medalist 2018.
Let him speak.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah.
Have
great
you
intro.
have you heard much about Gus Gawny,
No, I'll be honest. I've never listened to an app. So
Who's the doggies
the
equivalent?
rival one, Dunks and
Duncan. He's in Brisbane, mate.
Trelaw?
I think that I also haven't listened to many of those.
Understood.
So it's,
You can go
first
on
one,
the Dunks and Trelaw. What was that called?
I don't think so. From memory, I don't even know.
Didn't get the invite.
I can't remember. Bob Murphy had one for a while. I went on one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
No,
What's-
that was the club podcast.
Yeah,
Bob.
okay.
Yeah, so that's similar to this.
Saw.
Dunks and Trelaw went out on their own.
Yeah.
And
Red
hasn't-
Rogue. But
Yeah.
I got to say, it's good to have you two in the same room. I didn't know how this was going to go. I almost put like how in prisons they've got those screens that you can't break through, so the prisoner can't attack whoever's on the other side. Because Hunts, I didn't know if you remember. You must.
Just going to show some vision here, Lachie. This will
We'll
those
have
who
to
are
air this.
those who are
This one
watching
I'll show me- this
will
one
be
I'll
able to
show me on
watch.
the back.
Yeah, and
This is So this is circa 2013 Melbourne v Western Bulldogs.
you'll note some strange numbers.
This is me pulling you off Jack Viney,
pulling you off,
And then-
Jack Viney.
Yeah.
and then I go
Comma.
back in and push Dalhouse. And
Go
then
on.
that's the doggest act I've ever seen. You pushed me in the back,
Yeah, we went over the fence here.
and then one thing leads to another, and I'm in a bit of trouble here. Not many
That's-
people help me
Oh,
out.
that's so unlike us. That's I don't know what I was thinking.
What
there,
were
to
you
be honest.
thinking there?
I'm not sure. You must have done something that annoyed me.
All right, let's talk.
Enough of the fun stuff. Let's
Yep.
get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Traded to the D's.
Yeah.
How'd that all happen?
Yeah, it was a oh look, we got to kind of the end of last year, and I probably needed a fresh start. And we started kind of looking around, and Melbourne were interested. Thought I could help us out now with some things I could offer. So kind of got the ball rolling, and it all happened pretty quickly. I mean, the trade comes down to the last day, and it looks like it's at the last minute, but things were organised probably a few weeks out. So here we are, loving it and ready to get going for the season.
When you say Melbourne was keen, like who was our representative that was showing? Was it through your manager?
The reps were, the rep when I met for the first time was with Goody, Tim Lamb, and Richo. So they were your
They're well
people.
known as the big three in the
Yeah, they were.
in the trade space.
Yeah, they
yeah.
are. So
And so future third, you've obviously played 173 games at the Doggies, 73 goals, and it would seem to the outside like there's been a bit of a, I want to say breakup, but did you see yourself being at the Doggies for your entire career, and how have you sort of gone with the transition? Has it been tough playing for a new club, training with a new club?
yeah, I mean, I think everyone when you start, that's your dream. My dad played for the Dogs. I was there for 10 years, so in the lead up to it, that was something I always wanted. But footy doesn't always work perfectly. And if I had my time again, I'd do a few things differently towards the back end of my career at the Dogs. So a fresh start and here. But look, once you're here for 4 or 5 months, you get to know everyone. You start to figure out the ins and outs of the place. It feels like home now, and it's love and life, ready to go.
You a life member of the Dogs?
I am 150 games.
150.
I think that's what it is, or a flag. I don't know.
We might be less. We might be 100.
Are we?
Yeah.
I think it's 100. I'm pretty sure it's 150.
Well, you're a life member.
Yeah.
And a flag winner.
Well,
It's
I
always
mean,
both ways.
That gets you on as well.
we all got a life membership for winning 2021, which we won't go into. Maybe we might do it. We might at some point.
I
But
feel like you will at some point.
so that's your way of getting a Melbourne life membership as well. Can you be a life member of 2 clubs? I presume you can.
Yeah.
You're putting the pen through 100 games, are you?
You got to get to 273.
I mean, I've been here for 14 years and only just sneaked over 100 recently. So I just,
Got a bit of work to do.
I mean,
reckon
you could, yeah.
You've hit the ground running, training wise.
Well,
and
technically, he hasn't played a game yet. So he hasn't.
yeah, that's why I said training wise.
Okay, sorry.
You listen to the vision there. But how have you found? I mean, there's a dear friend of our podcast, a bloke called Ed Langdon. You found yourself in the guts of the Wingers Club.
Yep.
How's tell us a little about your experience with Ed, our mate.
Yeah, I've admired him from afar. Obviously, I've played on him quite a number of times. He's obviously got an incredible tank. He runs all day, and he never really said much on the field. Quite an unassuming character, but since I've got to know him, really nice guy. Obviously, a lot of knowledge on how he plays the wing and how he goes about it. So it's been great to kind of work with him and alongside him and bounce ideas off
Now,
each
contrast that, because we've also played on each other a bit on the wing.
other. Yeah.
2021, I founded the Wingers Club with Ed, and if you could pick, two opposite ends of the wing spectrum, Langers is probably at the
One end.
fit end, the whippet runs all day end, and I'm not. So you remember playing on me, Hunts? 'Cause I remember playing on you a bit, and if so, what was the difference? Let's talk differences. Was it a good break coming to play on, getting a little bit of a rest on me?
Yeah, I mean, you probably are at different ends of the spectrum. They're quiet and extremely fit, and you're probably the loud and more of a hybrid winger these days. No, I actually don't remember playing on you too much.
Yeah,
I don't
not that
remember many
memorable.
interactions.
Pretty
How'd
easy.
it go down?
I
I think you had a good day. I think you had a good day that day, didn't you?
I can't remember. I think so. I just remember
So
running
what
around.
day are we talking about?
When was it? 2021?
Yeah, I think we first played. We played 3 times in
Yeah,
2021.
there was a game. There was a pracky game where we got smashed. Then there was a marble and a G game. We won the marble. You won the G, just to change it up.
There you go.
Rare, yeah.
So anyway, doesn't remember me. There you go.
Well,
That's
I
all
mean,
right.
you've been asked a lot about Wingers Club. Do you have any idea what it is?
To be honest, I just hear Gussie drop it a lot in interviews and podcasts and whenever
I've
he's
got
talking.
no idea personally.
'Cause I've never heard Ed talk about it, and I feel like Ed should be probably the main member of it.
Because he's still in it apparently, but I don't
Life
get
member.
why.
We talked about life membership before.
Yeah.
I'll bring a shirt in for you, mate. You can have a shirt.
All right, thank
So
you.
what is it?
Well, what do you think, mate? It's the
Yeah, but
club
how-
for the wingers.
Yeah,
you got
but-
the Rucks Club.
Tajwell Woda's not in it. What do you have to play?
You have to have debuted, played a game in there. So halfway house is sort of on the edge.
You have to play
unsurprisingly.
one game on the wing.
Yeah.
So does that mean Alex Norbullin and Tom McDonald are in there?
They'll be considered. It's got to be. So there's Lingers, he doesn't talk much about it, but he exercises a lot of discretion behind the scenes about who gets in and out. But I'd say you're a good chance.
And if you leave the club, are you still like a sauce baker, still an honorary?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
I don't remember, maybe, yeah.
We'll get Ed in one day and speak about it. But
Okay.
Sauce is probably
Speaking
out,
of
to be
sauce, you could line up
Yeah.
on sauce. Have you played on sauce? Did Sauce would have played?
I actually
have.
played on him in the VFL.
So you
Oh,
remember
right.
playing
Yeah.
on Sauce, but you don't remember much about
Yeah.
playing on me.
Which doesn't say much, to be honest.
Bloody hell.
Are we sure we played on each other?
Mate, certain, because I remember chasing you around for...
I apologise.
Nah, that's all right, mate.
Don't apologise. That's the best thing that's happened for a
Nah,
long
that's
time.
all right. Yeah, no. I mean,
Well,
I wear a helmet. Can't
Yeah.
miss. It's red and blue.
Similar in the ruck club. We don't call it ruck club. We just call it rucks.
You're about to.
Similar with rucks. When a part-time ruck comes in, we just sort of don't take much notice compared to a full-time winger. So Lachie would remember Ed, but the part-time midfielder who's gone out to the wing for a
Yeah,
couple
sure.
games.
Didn't Matt Jones start the Wingers Club?
He talks about he thinks him and Gaff are the original
Yeah.
two, and no one ever remembers who Matt Jones is.
There you go. So we're playing the doggies.
I'll be
How
honest,
does that make you feel? You excited, nervous? Assuming you get picked. I'm not on the selection committee, so you know,
Yeah, look, hopefully I'm
we
there.
Gus and Gawny do have a little stake at their selection committee. I
Do
think.
ya?
we
Yeah.
hold a bit of sway.
Yeah.
We hold the power
Drop
of
my
public
name.
opinion.
Yeah, no, I am excited. I'm still nervous. It's even on the weekend pulling on the jumper for the first time. It still feels a little bit different and a little bit uncomfortable. They actually held up Jack Viney's number on the bench, and I got all the way to the boundary line trying to come off, and then I realised I wasn't number 7 anymore. I'm actually number 12, so I had to turn around. But no, getting used to it. I mean, no doubt it'll be a little bit strange, but kind of happy it's round 1. Get
Yeah.
out the way and hopefully get a win.
Who's coming for you?
I don't know who's. Well, I might line up on. I think probably maybe Oscar Baker might be on the wing. Anthony Scott, he's been playing well on there, so I might line up
Yeah.
on him. I don't know.
And is there anyone that you sort of like left to? Like,
I'll be pretty.
Liam Jones. What's your? Have you?
Actually, Jonesy was there when I had for my first 2 years at the club, back when he
Okay.
played for the Dogs the first time around.
And apparently you guys left on bad
mean Jonesy?
No, I'm just
He's a great
Want
fella.
to smoke some flames? Do you want us to line anyone up or?
Nah, I'm all good.
It could literally be the cleanest exit of a player ever. Like he's left friends with all them.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. So Dogs gone and smashed North by 60 odd points in a pracky game. Playing 4 tools.
You have to imagine that stays the same.
Playing 4 tools in the forward line, I hear.
I've no idea. Yeah, probably that's what it says on the notes. So we've got
Why are you acting all like you
we've
don't
got a
care about
TV
footy?
with the notes on. I'm just
Yeah,
reading
yep.
off that. He's likely to continue stacking
A
the
team that
forward line
were
with
playing in 5 days for round 1 for premiership points, you have no idea what they did in the pracky game.
So look, it's going to be a good game. You'd have to say they're in form.
They did look. The forward line looked pretty good. I did watch a little bit of it.
Yeah,
as
me
much as
too,
there are
'cause
4
we're playing them
tools,
this week,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did. The 4 tools, they are athletic though.
Sorry, you watched them play the practice game, is what you're saying?
It was on before us. It was
you
actually,
watched the practice game.
Yeah, it was on the TV in our change rooms as we went out.
What was the score? Look at me.
150 to 80 odd.
150 to 80 odd.
What was it?
It's
not up there.
Not up there.
It was about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good on you, Max.
Um,
Yeah, so we're playing them.
This Darcy, Lobb, Jamara, Norton. You
Yeah.
weren't there for Lobb, but the other 3
Yeah.
potentially were going to play in the same forward line, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, I watched a little bit of that one on the weekend, and I've, a few of the things they've said that even though they are 4 tools, they're all quite good at ground level, so it's probably not your standard 4 tool setup where if the ball hits the ground, they're out of the action. So, no, look, dangerous combo.
That's enough about them. Us.
Yeah. Well, we can't give any trade secrets away.
Little win against Richmond.
Do we have any trade secrets to give away? Yeah, Richmond was good.
Yeah,
St.
we
Kilda
saw
as well.
we saw some new faces. We saw Bailey Laurie.
Knuckle McVee.
Have a little go in the midfield. Knuckle McVee.
Knives.
Can you
sharp.
have you explained why his nickname's Knuckle?
I'll put the photo up on our socials if I haven't already.
I still don't know.
Yeah.
So my old man,
There's a guy named Knuckle apparently.
Judd McVee, lives with my mother and father, Green Parade, and my old man played with a bloke called Knuckle Shoal, and they look dead spit, uncomfortably similar. So
And where does Knives come from?
Knives. So he and Sticks were locked down together in
Sticks
COVID.
is his dad.
Yep.
Sticks, my old man,
I've met
and
Sticks.
that was pretty funny. And Sticksy got into the online shopping sort of craze, got hacked by a few scams, international scams a couple of times, but he and Judd formed a bond. They started buying knives together, like a couple of Japanese, like forged steel, some German numbers.
That's how creative our nicknames are.
Strange.
So
I love the knives.
and they've both stuck pretty well. But he earned Knuckle, to be fair, tough little back pocket. Tajway Woden played as well.
Tajway Woden got a little bit out the end. Cade Chandler, who we might see in a little bit,
Gin.
played some good football at forward. I actually stole a couple of his goals.
Oh, well,
Genuinely-
I rewatched that one that you said fell on your boot. That
did.
That did not
It
fall
is
on
horror.
your
It
boot.
was sitting on the goal line.
That was bad vision.
Grundy's been playing as well.
bad vision.
I thought
Max, it's not
you
gonna
almost
look good
clicked
for
up
you.
to top speed to get to that ball.
It's been good, Hans, to be honest. Not quite Elon Musk in terms of, he probably brings a flamethrower or something here. So I was waiting
Anyone
for
who
that.
actually really wanted to hear about Lockie's career probably didn't get what they wanted.
No, that's all right though.
How was you happy with your career, mate? 173 games, 73 goals. A bit more to come as well.
Yeah, look, so far, I mean, it's been, yeah. I mean, if you had offered me that at the start of my career, I would have thought I was headed for nowhere near that. So, yeah.
Similar,
Well, there you go.
similar
Good
here.
career.
And then we met probably at around game 30 each, and we tried to
Yeah.
punch on.
I didn't know you wore another number.
I didn't know you wore another
There you
number.
go. We're learning things about each
Yeah,
other.
this is your 3rd number now.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is technically, yeah. Well, thank you.
You've had to update the autograph a bit.
Yeah, I've signed it wrong so many times since I got here. I
Don't
feel
say
bad
that.
for some kids.
You
but
don't
yeah.
still use 26 though, do you?
No, it's just a 7.
The track
Every now
was
and then.
track left 26 to
Five. CP5.
Yeah.
It's got a better ring to it.
CP
apparently.
26 didn't work.
No, not the same. Not the same.
All right, well, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Go get ready for training.
Yeah, well.
And I can't wait for round 1. It's going to be a great game. Obviously, we want to try and get as many members there
You can
as
still
possible.
buy tickets.
Still
Did you know
buy
that?
tickets. Hopefully, it's not the Wednesday night feel of last year, but Saturday night almost might bring more. No school the next day. Let's see if we can get some good numbers.
Well, I reckon we can. And, school's a joke anyway, so
And there's a fair rivalry in there. Would you say there's a rivalry?
Yeah, there's a bit in it.
There's a bit
bit
in
in it. Thanks for coming on, Hans. Great
Thanks,
first
fellas.
guest.
I can't say it, mate. It looks great.
Thank you.
You look handsome as ever. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Great first guest. Oh, you're having
Great
another
first
break?
guest. Another break.
All right. Well done.
With 10% off for members, the Demon Shop is the best place to grab your red and blue merch. Head down to the store at half time by walking down the stairs near Gate 6 and turning right down Brunson Avenue. Our friendly team are ready to deck you out in the latest D's apparel. All right, new segment this year. We're going to try and get as much as we can out of all the players on the list. The first man we've got is Judd McVee. Judd, are you excited?
Yeah, can't wait.
First of all, have you heard Gus Gawny season 4?
Yeah.
Have you heard that it's back?
No, I haven't.
Okay, he hasn't heard
Stay
it's
back. We just recorded today, mate. So this should be on the first episode. Congratulations.
First question, WA boy, whereabouts are you from?
Geraldton, WA. It's 4 hours north of Perth. Drive 4 hours.
Jeez. Okay.
It's a fair way north. You live with my parents, you and Taj McVee. Taj Woden. Who do you reckon mum and dad like more out of the two of you?
Me, definitely.
Why's that?
Because I'm handyman around the house.
Yeah, respect. 100%.
Playing some good footy last year, KC VFL flag. Talk us through the week. Post, obviously, winning the flag.
Oh, it was obviously a lot of fun. Mad Monday? Or?
Yeah, Mad Monday. Give us who was the best? Obviously, Hibbo.
You were up there.
Yeah, Hibbo.
Yeah, Hibbo.
You got some love.
Hibbo,
Yeah, you
Hibbo,
did get some
Hibbo,
You're about to
obviously.
say Max Gawny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hibbo.
I'm notably quite good. Kay Chandler's got the scorpion tattoo on his forearm. Are you getting that?
No, I'm not. I thought about it, but no, I'm not.
Not quite.
Okay.
Not there yet.
So as I said before, you and Taj live with my old man and mother. Who do you like more out of those two? And why?
Deborah,
Why is that?
because she cooks nice food. Yeah, Stixie's a moron.
This will come out probably before team selection. So no one knows if you're in, you're out. And to be fair, we don't know, nor do you. But if you do play against Western Bulldogs, how many people we got coming over from Geraldton? Let's say you debut in the first 5 weeks. How many are going to come over and watch?
Rocket makes his way over.
Yeah, Rocket will definitely. I'll say 20 at this stage.
20?
20.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't even know 20 people.
That's all right. That's
Few,
all right.
few keen.
Yeah, nice.
Get over.
Okay.
And finally, you've got two terrific nicknames, Knives and Knuckle. Which do you prefer? Which would you like the people to call you from now on? It has to be out of those two. Can't be anything else.
No, I'll stick with Knuckle. I got that
Nice.
first.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
You- Knuckle McVee. There it is.
Knuckle.
Thank
That was
you.
nails.
Good man.
Nice,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Unheard of 3 segments.
Yeah, it feels weird.
It
but
feels
we're
weird.
here.
We're here. This has gone a little bit longer than what we thought, but we're not going to cut this man's time short. He still gets the full 20 seconds that we're allowing him to whip out all the AFL news. Gibby, last time we mentioned him, Gibby is done. Gibby is gone, and he's going to have first crack until he slips up. Cade Chandler, welcome.
100%.
Thanks for having me, boys. It's good to be back. I've got a bit to get through, so I'll just
Okay.
keep it
all
light
right.
and
Give it to
punchy.
us.
Get into it.
So I just saw Benny Brown's bald scalp walk into the club rooms today. Give him a bit of an update on his situation. So he's just raised $82,000 so far.
Can I
and-
just
and
did
climbing.
you donate this time? Because sometimes you don't donate to
So I
charity.
saw that George and Jess both donated. I was very grateful for that. Yes, I put a bit of coin in.
You did,
big
okay,
fella.
just making sure.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's
and
good of
George
you.
and Jess did as well.
Oh, that's good of you. The three of you finally getting involved.
We've hit 50,000 members earlier than ever. So we're looking really, really
Wow.
good for round 1.
And does that,
Yeah, it's all
without
gravy at that
speaking out of school, you probably aren't strong in your membership game, but is that common? People sign up on their way to round 1 games?
I believe so. And I'm just going to throw something else in there. So Kick to Kick is back on the G post games, which is a little bit of an incentive for people to sign up. One would think.
Do you need a membership to do it? Sorry.
Yes, 100%.
Yes,
If you don't have a membership,
Yes.
We're going to, Cade is going to stand out there
Yes.
post-playing
Yeah.
and have a look at
Show me your
memberships.
membership card.
Okay.
Yes. We'd just like to congratulate the AFLW on getting the job done in the granny. Well done. Well and truly deserved, being so close for the last few years. Now, they've got through the priority signing period unscathed, so the team's looking in really good shape for this year as well.
Did you see the footage that I put up on my Instagram? Rick and I managed to find a bar in Canada that was showing the game. Prime time, like
Yes.
7 p.m. on a
Incredible.
Saturday night. It was
that's
unbelievably prime time. And we managed to watch the whole second half. It was like not many other people in the pub really wanted to watch, but we stuck it on the big screen and we
Wow.
actually got a little cool Canadians
Well,
watching
oh,
AFLW.
I hear we have a very strong Canadian contingent. So
yeah, if you're listening, thank you very much
Yeah,
for
well,
the support.
Thank
well
you,
done.
AFL Canada.
So, speaking of AFLW success, the McClelland Trophy will be awarded to the best performed club. It's a new trophy, so it's all inclusive of both teams. So it's a new era for the historic award as a champion club honour. So starting from this year, the club will be most combined points across the AFL and AFLW competitions, and the winningest club will receive $1 million and the McClelland Trophy.
So I'm flat. We would have won the last 2 years.
The last 2 years,
Is
yes.
that a word? Winningness.
Most winningest, yeah.
Is it really?
And I would argue that VFL should contribute as well, but
and VFL
I might be
W.
biased.
Let's get them all in. Well, mate, we've missed out. It's $1 million.
That's
$1 million
right.
clams
Hey,
jumps
$2
into
million.
the winner. Well, yeah,
Last 2
per
years.
annum. It's per annum thing.
And the last thing I've got is a new sponsor for the club in Penfolds, which I know you two are quite excited about.
So yeah, that is exciting.
Penfolds are quality SA produced
Oh
wine.
yeah, you'd be loving that, wouldn't you?
Well, SA is known for producing good people and good
You
wine.
sound for shame.
City of Churches.
You know I am. Stop it. That's all from me. Oh, also, bit of change room chat.
Okay.
Gus is now the second best golfer at the club. Stephen May. now that Hunty and
You did not proofread
Mitch
his
Brown
notes.
Sorry,
have left the
we're
club.
counting putt golf clubs, are we?
It's PK, putt.
So I just want
it's
to throw
a-
something
it's a-
out there real quick.
It's a goat track, that joint.
Do we buy a trophy and whoever is leading, they considered on top of their locker
Yeah,
room
get
change
Maisie
rooms?
to do it. I mean, it's what, $100 a year to play at that joint. It's pretty. Dan and Franger.
Down PK, down Frankston.
Dan and Franger.
It's
Don't
not
give
far
him
from you. It's not far from Morty Alec.
Well, yeah, that's a fair way away from God's country in Bayside where RM is. So let's keep that in perspective. If he played at the proper course, then it would be no contest. But
No doubt. And the last thing for me is Christian Salem getting engaged. So congrats to he and Claudia on a wonderful
yeah, and let's leave it
Yeah.
right there,
Yep.
Nazim. I know you're listening.
There's obviously someone that's yet to be engaged. It's probably firming at the moment.
Well, I was thinking about this. So numbers 3, 4, and 5 for the numerologists out there are the 3 that are engaged at the Melbourne Football Club.
There you go.
So
number 2 probably a long way off.
Probably a long way.
Van
Number
Ruin.
6
And number 6
is
Grundy.
Yeah.
interesting.
Who knows?
Yeah.
If it was Luke Jackson, it would have been even further away. But
That's it for me, boys.
Thanks, Kane.
Thanks for having me.
that was super. I reckon you could be here next week. That's my gut feel.
Yeah, that's strong.
Obviously, it's not in our hands. It's in the viewers' hands.
Yeah, so we'll hear back from them. I'll actually tone my social media line to make sure that one gets done. And I've got a good feeling about it, though. You did very well.
That's episode 1. We
Hopefully.
covered nothing serious.
We were on fire, though, Max. That was a really good episode. Would love to hear your feedback. Social me up. I'll actually get involved there. So look forward to the next episode.
Thank you.
Uru.